Hi. I'm still alive. Not dead yet. Gonna live forever just to piss him off. um, I need help. Adams County is not doing anything because Teller County told them not to. Strange that they don't want to look into the death of Raymond Durham, David's stepfather. Let me tell you about this. So in November, David was talking about how if his mom died, who had cancer, if she died before Raymond did, then Raymond's kids would inherit the house. But if Raymond died first, then the house would go to Gwen, and he would inherit the house. And mind you, this is a house in Colorado that is paid off, and it's worth quite a bit of money. Around the same time, David was drugging me. He was also doing this to his stepdad. He was over there every weekend. It wouldn't surprise me if he did put this in his booze, because Raymond liked to have his whiskey and his little bit of marijuana. Colorado, it's legal. And last time I saw him, he was fine. In November, I saw him in November. He was fine. There's nothing wrong with him. Nothing. And then all of a sudden, he got really sick. Really, really sick. Same symptoms I was having. Lethargy, cognitive issues, falling over, peeing his pants. Doctors didn't really understand what was going on because they don't test for heavy metal poisoning. Thallium still shows up. Even after you've been cremated, it'll still show up, because thallium will adhere to the bones, primarily in the joints. And yes, it still can be tested, and they can still find evidence of this. They need to test. They need to do something. Anything. The evidence is there. I even have the check numbers from the discovery showing when he paid his job back for purchases made on the company credit card. Wow. So he bought thallium through his job because he's in the restaurant industry, and industrial sized freezers have thallium in them? What? Not mercury like everything else? No, it's thallium because of the lower temperature, the lower freezing temperatures. Yeah, he's always replacing those boards, isn't he? Yeah. All across Colorado, sticking his hands in everybody's ice cream machine, fixing your grills. He had access. He can buy it through his job. He used the company credit card to do it. Thallium shows up on your bones. This is what he tried to kill me with. And it's what he killed his stepdad for. Strange. November. Signed the house over to Gwen in November. And then 2 weeks later, he's dead. 2 weeks. He's at the hospital for a little bit. David and Gwen were there to make sure that he didn't make it on respite, because they didn't want the hospital bills to attach to the house. They were talking about that. Oh, and Gwen would call me, "How you doing, sweetie?" She never called me in 10 years prior. She didn't care. And all of a sudden she's calling me. Pretty sure she had something to do with it too. In the meantime, I'm still very sick. Still doing chelation. RA doctor referred me to hematology. Apparently they want to stick a needle in my hip to take a bone sample for some sort of cancer or something. Heavy metals cause cancer, tumors, hair loss, lethargy, RA. Pretty much every symptom I have is because of what he did. He made me extremely sick. And luckily I survived. But there's not a lot of people that do survive, so there's not a lot of research done on what happens to you long term. Today's a rough day. I'm in a lot of pain. Doctors need to start testing. Cops need to do their job. Do your job. How many people does it take to unalive someone? Oh wait, that didn't come out right. Oh wait, how many people does it makes a serial unaliver? Oh yeah. Oh, 3 or more. Oh, really? Let's talk about the soy boy and how him and his uncle do business. Uncle Danny picking up David on Saturday, taking off all day, dropping David off all bloody and beat up. Waits a week before he goes to the hospital with broken ribs, like he'd been in a fight. He initially told me he fell down a mountain. Bullshit. Total bullshit. So, then he's, a little while later, he's drunk, sitting there smiling. Just drunk. I'm like, what are you smiling at? He starts talking about the soy boy. The soy boy. Him and his uncle went and beat up somebody that he called a soy boy. And he gloated in it. I don't know who this person was or if they survived, but it was David Callahan and Daniel Callahan that went and did a job because David liked to brag about how him and his family were, part of the Irish family stuff. That was a big deal. He always threatened me with that. Had me quite paranoid for a while there. Yeah, it was a way to control and manipulate. I'm not crazy. I'm not on drugs. I don't ask for this like he told the judge I asked for it. He hasn't been held accountable. He was only charged with 1 count of drugging on one specific day and time. He was only charged with tampering, 1 thing of tampering. He was never charged with all the other times. He was never charged with any of it because Robert William, his buddy, I kind of wonder what he got out of it. I'm not sure. But he did get in trouble for embezzlement shortly after. He lied to the judge multiple times. Strange. That was very strange. Judge Kilgore related to his mother. Oh, David's cousin? Oh my, what? I wish I would have known that at the time. Did Judge Sells know this when David told him I was a drug addict and crazy? Anybody who knows me knows that I'm not on drugs. I don't do drugs. I'm not crazy. This really happened. If I didn't put up those videos, nobody would have believed me, and he would have passed it off on COVID because he was trying to blame it on COVID. True sociopath. Covert narcissist. I really thought it was gaslighting. I didn't think that anybody could be that evil, but he truly is. Justice for Raymond. Justice for me. Justice for all the other people he's hurt. Please, I need help sharing my story. Cops need to do their job. Doctors need to start testing for this stuff. It doesn't show up in normal blood work. You have to do a 24 panel. Please. How many more people has gotten sick because of